Today we're going to be looking at Gemini Storybook. You can plug in a story and have Gemini generate for you. The prompt is using the text below, make this into an interesting storybook, let all artworks be in the art style of Lego.
The wisdom of Master Builder Rex. Master Builder Rex wore a bright yellow safety helmet. He loved to build things big and small. His apprentice, Pip, was busy stacking bricks for their newest project.
Overall, I think Gemini Pro 3 is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Let's go! Let's go!
Today we're going to be looking at another interesting product from Google called Gemini Storybook. It's part of the whole Gemini ecosystem, and basically you can plug in a story that you know, or you can have Gemini generate for you. And based on that story, you can come up with cover pages, intricate details. I'm sure it probably has Nano Banana under the hood generating the images of the frames. But today we're going to explore with a quick story I like. You can also have it, like the description here says, use it to explain difficult concepts like turn my PhD into a story I can tell my 5-year-old niece. And you probably need to plug in your PhD files and it will generate a quick story for you. I guess it's a real robust tool. Today we're going to test it out, and you can actually print and share. That's interesting. Let's give it a test run and see how it works. Now, it's just showing us the regular Gemini interface. So I'm going to paste in some text, and the text I'm pasting is from the Bible, Proverbs 27, because I'm making this on the 27th day of November. The prompt we have come up with is using the text below, make this into an interesting storybook, let all artworks be in the art style of Lego. It is intended for my 5-year-old niece. The source text is coming from Proverbs 27 from the Bible, and the verses go all the way to the end. So I'm going to leave it in thinking mode. Let me add one more thing and say, use as many image frames as possible to depict each verse or sections of the sub-stories. So I'm hoping it's not going to generate one image per page. I'm hoping it's going to come up with multiple images or multiple frames within one page. Let's see how that goes. So it's come out with the results, and let's explore what it's done. Wow. The wisdom of Master Builder Rex by Templar Sounds. Interesting. And this is the cover page. This is rather interesting, but rather than reading it out, I would like to explore listening to it. And so it has two options of voices, a high-pitched voice and a low-pitched voice. I would like to try a low-pitched voice. I imagine the low-pitched voice is going to be a male voice and the high-pitched voice is going to be a female voice. So let me try out with the low-pitched voice and see what it comes up with. So I'm just going to click on listen.
The wisdom of Master Builder Rex. Little Builder Leo puffed out his chest. Tomorrow, I will build the biggest castle the Lego village has ever seen. He pointed high up toward the sky. Just then, a tiny, stray red brick rolled under his foot. Crash! Leo tumbled over a pile of yellow slopes. He didn't even make it to tomorrow without a surprise. Leo started to show off his little tower. Look how perfect my 4-brick stack is. But across the square, Builder Bella quietly finished an amazing green garden, complete with tiny Lego flowers and a working water pump. Everyone stopped what they were doing and clapped for Bella's beautiful work. Leo felt a hot, bubbling feeling inside his brick head. It was anger. Proverbs says, wrath is cruel. He grumbled loudly and knocked over his own tower, sending the 4 bricks flying. They scattered everywhere. It was much, much harder to clean up the mess than it was to knock it down. Leo sighed, trying to shove all the loose, scattered pieces into a heavy plastic bucket. Anger felt like the heaviest, clumsiest thing in the whole building workshop. Later, Leo tried to build a racing car, but the wheels kept wobbling. Master Builder Rex came by. That wheel is wobbly, Leo, Rex said firmly. You need a Technic pin there. Ouch. The truth hurt, but it was honest advice, like a faithful friend giving a useful nudge. Leo was sitting with a whole mountain of sugary Lego chocolate bars and gummy worms. He was too full to eat his healthy lunch, a perfect golden honeycomb brick. Then he saw Toby, a tired builder, who was thrilled to find a single, simple Lego apple on the floor. Contentment made Toby happy. Leo saw a little Lego bird fluttering nervously above the roof. It had flown far away from its cozy, warm Lego nest and was now scared and lost in the big world. Leo learned that even when building, staying safe and happy in your own neighborhood is the smartest move. When Leo needed a rare gray 2x1 brick, he knew where to go. Rex's wise advice, like sweet perfume, always smelled helpful. But Leo also knew his next-door neighbor, Clara, was the best builder to ask. Clara immediately handed him the brick from her window. A neighbor nearby is better than a friend far away. Master Builder Rex taught Leo about foresight. Looking ahead, they were running toward the tool bench. Rex noticed a scattering of slippery round studs on the floor near a corner. Rex slowed down and walked carefully around them. Leo thought he was too fast for trouble. He ran ahead without looking. Slide. His feet went out from under him, and he landed right in the middle of the slippery pile. Ouch. Prudence is seeing trouble and avoiding it. Early the next morning, Leo burst into Rex's room yelling, "You are the best builder ever!" Rex yawned. Praising someone too loudly, too early, feels more like a terrible noise than a compliment. Later, Leo met Griselda, who grumbled about everything: the color of the sky, the shape of the bricks. Leo realized trying to stop her complaining was like trying to catch the wind. "Let's build together," Rex said. They worked side by side, sharing ideas. As one brick creation sharpened the other, Leo became a better builder. He decided to work hard every day, tending his small Lego flock of sheep and goats, knowing that diligence, not quick riches, would always give him the Lego milk and wool he needed. Leo looked in a reflective pond and saw a wiser, happier face looking back. Rex smiled.
So I like a whole lot the results that this has generated. I think this is really amazing. This definitely does what the description says. It can help you personalize your stories and help you tell bedtime stories, help you make your own storybooks, help you explain concepts. I like the way it's embedded all what was written in the text and kind of made it a story, like the prompt asked. But I would like to go a step further by saying this is amazing. There, can you add the reference verses from which each page was developed at the footer of each page? So it's looking like the cover has changed. The images as well in there have changed. Okay, so let's go again and see what it comes up with this time. Let's click listen, but this time I'd like to try the high-pitched voice, which is the female voice. Okay, so let's go.
The wisdom of Master Builder Rex. Master Builder Rex wore a bright yellow safety helmet. He loved to build things, big and small. His apprentice, Pip, was busy stacking bricks for their newest project. Rex thought they would start something huge tomorrow. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 1. "Tomorrow," Rex declared, tapping his foot, "I will build the tallest tower in all of Brickville. It will touch the clouds." He told everyone who walked past what an amazing builder he was going to be. Pip just nodded and kept stacking her smaller bricks carefully. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 2. But when tomorrow came, the wind was too strong for tall towers. The big bricks wobbled and crashed down. Rex sighed. "It is better to let your finished, good work speak for itself," Pip whispered, showing him her neatly finished little brick house. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 2. Rex smiled. He realized that boasting about what you might do is never as satisfying as showing what you have already done. He decided to start smaller and focus on doing a perfect job right now. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 2. Later, Rex was building a decorative fence for the town square, but he put a gate hinge on backward. Pip saw it right away. "Rex," she said kindly, "that gate won't open. You need to flip the connector plate." Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5. Rex frowned for a second, feeling a bit embarrassed, but then he laughed. "You are right, Pip. A quick correction from a friend is better than finding the mistake too late, after the cement dries." Proverbs chapter 27, verse 6. One afternoon, Pip was sad because she forgot her favorite tool, the tiny orange brick separator. She started to worry about how she would take apart a difficult section she had just built. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 10. She saw a familiar figure arriving, smiling widely and holding something orange. It was Rex. "Never abandon a friend," he said. handing her the tool. They knew they could always count on each other. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 10. They started building a grand castle wall together. Rex showed Pip a new way to lock the corner pieces tightly so they wouldn't crumble. Pip showed Rex a clever decorative piece for the rooftop. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. See, Pip? Said Rex. When we build together and share ideas, like iron sharpens iron, we make each other better builders. And their castle was the strongest and wisest in all of Brickville. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17.
So I wanted it to add this at the footer, but for some reason it put it just underneath each of the text. I don't think that's too bad. I do find this interesting that it's left artifacts like AI at the bottom of this one. But overall, like it said, it's an experimental tool. Let me just make updates to what I've asked it to do. So I'm going to hit enter again and see how that goes this time. So it says writing your first draft. Technically this is the third draft. So let's just go back to the low pitch voice. Hopefully it worked.
Early the next morning, Leo burst into Rex's room.
No, it's already bugging again. No, the sounds are just not working appropriately at this point. And I think I'm just going to go without it and just go through the slides. So here it says the wisdom of the master builder Rex. We see two characters and we can just run through. But I think something is missing. We no longer have the reference verses like I requested. I do love the images. They look brilliant. I see this artifact in multiple slides. I see it here, AI in the lower left corner. It's like a watermark is putting on every slide. That's impressive though, AI. So it's I guess that's its own watermark for every slide. Okay. Yeah, I think that the tool is broken now. Let's see where this page links to. Yep, broken link. Yeah, let's just say that doesn't work anymore. I'm just going to control F5. Yeah, that doesn't work. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to come back with my original prompt. Okay. I'm going to copy that. And what I'm opting to do now is to start up a new chat. Yep, new storybook, and take my old prompt and paste it in here. So using the text below, make this into an interesting storybook. Let all artworks be in the art style of Lego. It is intended for my 5-year-old niece. Use as many image frames as possible to depict each verse or section of the sub-stories. Ensure to add reference verses from which each page was developed at the footer of each page. Make the reference text be in italics and in red color. Below is the story. And then we have the story from Proverbs 27, 1 all the way to 27. It's rather interesting. It has 27 verses on the 27th day, looking at the 27th chapter. It's rather interesting. So let's ensure this is on what? Thinking Pro, which is the super duper Gemini version that we have for free now. And let's hit submit. Just hit full screen and it's creating the storybook right in the first draft. Okay, we've seen that before. Hopefully this time it doesn't break up. Okay, so we have the story. I'm just gonna click on listen.
Teeler and the tiny wisdom bricks. Teeler the builder drew the greatest, hugest tower ever. I will start this marvelous masterpiece. Tomorrow, he announced loudly to his friend Pippa. But when tomorrow finally came, Teeler hadn't laid a single brick. Pippa smiled gently and reminded him, the best time to build is always right now, today. Flo wanted everyone to cheer for her new silly hat. She waited and waited for the crowd to cheer, but she forgot to cheer for herself first. Later that day, Flo woke up Teeler by shouting, "Good morning!" so loud and early that Teeler fell right out of his Lego bed. It is never nice to wake a friend with a blast. Axel was always filled with too much anger and envy. These feelings became giant, heavy Lego bricks that he had to drag everywhere. The giant red anger brick was heavier than a pile of tiny stones. The green envy brick weighed more than a barrel of sand. It was a miserable way to walk through the Lego town. Pippa showed Rex where his recent Lego spaceship build was weak. It was a hard truth, like a small wound, but it helped Rex build better next time. But when Axel came by, he only gave Rex empty, sweet compliments and deceitful kisses. Rex realized that a friend's honest, hard truth is worth far more than an enemy's fake, sweet words. Rex had been searching all day for snacks and was very, very hungry. When he finally found a plain gray Lego block, He chewed it with delight. Meanwhile, Tyler had already eaten so much he was completely full. When someone offered Tyler a delicious, detailed Lego honeycomb treat, he simply turned his head away. Tyler was dressed up like a little blue bird minifigure. He flew far, far away from his cheerful Lego home base, just because he wanted to see what was over the next hill. But when he stopped, he felt lonely and sad. Staying close to home, where love is, feels much better than wandering lost. Tyler found a cool, still puddle of water. He stared at his reflection, thinking carefully about who he was and who he wanted to be. Rex was worried about a tricky building problem, but Pippa shared some smart advice that helped him snap the pieces into place perfectly. Then, disaster struck. A wall in Rex's house tumbled down. Rex called for his distant cousin, but the cousin lived miles away. Pippa, his next-door neighbor, was there in a flash to help rebuild the wall. Tyler, the father, was so proud of his clever little Pippa. Why? Because Pippa was always careful. When a gigantic, grumpy Lego dinosaur stomped into the town, Pippa was already hidden safely behind a big stump waiting for the danger to pass. Other minifigures who hadn't been careful were in big trouble. Pippa and Rex loved to work together. They would help sharpen each other's tools and sharpen each other's minds, making both of them stronger and smarter. Rex was happy with his simple, good life and didn't always want the biggest, shiniest new thing. But poor Axel kept trying to fit a round Lego piece into a square Lego hole, even after it failed 10 times. It is so hard to change a mind set on foolishness. Tyler the shepherd knew that honor came from hard work. Every day he took great care of his Lego sheep and goats and tended to his fields. He worked hard, not just in the bright daylight, but also when the sun went down. Because he was diligent, Tyler always had delicious milk to drink and soft wool for new clothes. Consistent hard work always pays off.
This is definitely a great story. I like the generations. I like the fact that he has used multiple frames per page. And I like the fact that he actually attempted to do that as much as possible. But I did notice that he missed out on using the reference text. So can you kindly analyze the source text I'll share below and figure out the verse from which each story page or derived from? Here is the source text. Let's see what that comes up with. So it's provided the results, and I think it has done a diligent job so far. To compare, let's have a look. So on page 2, which I would like to imagine this is page 2, it talks about, the page system has kind of been flipped because on here it has page 1, but technically that's page 2 on our slide. So I'm just going to go with what we have on the slide. That makes a bit more sense. So on page 2, it's talking about waiting until tomorrow, and that's what is in the story referenced here. It says this is from Proverbs chapter 1, right? Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring forth. Let's go back into the source text, and that's exactly what is there. So that kind of checks out Proverbs 1. And let's go to a random one so we don't go doing the same thing so many times. Let's go to page 6. Okay. Here, the story context is Rex is hungry and enjoys a plain gray Lego block. Wow. Okay. Tyler is full and refuses delicious, detailed Lego honeycomb. The source verse is Proverbs 27. It says, the full soul loateth and honeycomb, but to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. I don't know about eating Lego blocks, but yeah, the message and the story does check out. But I think the imaging could probably change to something more interesting. But overall, I would say Gemini has done a fantastic job in producing all of this, and we have the source text in a list form like I asked it to generate. Overall, I'm happy with the results. I think Gemini Pro 3 is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.